my name's Gingy, hope you're doing well, and welcome to Planet Coaster 2. And today we're getting started on our brand new park, which I have absolutely no concrete plan for. I have, however, already made quite a few blueprints for this park, just as a way to get us started. And I didn't want to have to make you guys sit there and watch me build for hours. And when it comes time to place those down, I will give you a quick little tour of what they look like. Now, I don't know what exactly I want to do with this whole entire entrance. I think maybe I should go ahead and get the entrance placed down, which is one of the blueprints I have already made. So I actually had to save this blueprint in two separate pieces, because I did not realize that there was a cap on the number of pieces allowed to be in a blueprint. So yeah, the cap is 4,000 pieces. This one just so happened to have 4,500, I do believe. Yeah, 4,518. So basically, this is like a kind of cottage fairy tale-ish castle entrance. And the way I went about creating this is I created this first little middle section here. I just got like a basic structure for it, and then I created one whole entire side. So I made this whole entire side, and then I just copied it over to this side just to make it a little easier on myself, so I didn't have to spend forever creating this thing, even though I did anyways. It took me about 2 days, but that was mostly because I was trying to figure everything out. I am a very slow builder, which is why I decided to go ahead and create some blueprints just to get us started. The only thing that's kind of different is these little sections here. Not that guests are ever going to see them, but this is just kind of like a little garden area. And this is also a garden area, but it's like a little picnic area, I suppose. And I put this portal in because I put these little guys all over the castle. We got a guy up here. We've got a guy in here. We got one up here. So I don't know. I kind of just imagined like this was their way to get in and out of this castle. Like, because they're not from this world, I suppose. And this is the back to it. I didn't want to leave it completely empty, so I put a little porch back here. Now it is a little empty at the moment for sure. We're gonna put a couple of trees around, but we're definitely gonna have to kind of spice this up a little bit. So what I'm thinking I would like to do is I'm envisioning some kind of hill or something over here. Maybe a lake or pond over on this side. And basically I want this whole section to be kind of closed off from the rest of the park, so you can't see out into the park either direction. Because I really want this to be like the main teleporting point. Kind of what I'm going for is I want you to only be able to walk through here and then see the park, or see glimpses of maybe a roller coaster kind of like behind this castle or something like that, so that this castle is your only means to teleport to this new world. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on a hill of sorts over here, and I'll bring you back when I think I have something. Alright, so I have a bit of a mountain or hill here, kind of blocking most of the line of sight. I might have to do a couple more big trees like right in here. It's just a small little thing covered in trees. I would like to add some rocks to it, kind of make it feel a little more real. What I'm thinking now is I would like to do like maybe like a little pond here that kind of goes underneath this path and then kind of comes out and over this way. Don't know if I can dig underneath an already created path. I sure can, it looks like. Alright, so I have a little bit of a pond here. And I kind of left this one kind of farther out this way because I'm thinking maybe I might drag it through some more of the park at some point. But looking over here at this side, I think this might be a great place for a waterfall. So maybe we could do it in stages. So what I was thinking is like up here, let me go ahead and get rid of some of these trees. Just kind of carve a path for it. So yeah, kind of like this. So we would have this part kind of come out like this. And then this will be a waterfall that comes down. And then maybe we have about like right here. This will come out over. That's a little too far. Kind of like that. So we'll have this one drop down into a little river here. And then this will drop down into this one. That's the plan anyways. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to execute this. Obviously, I would like there to be water up here. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're not even going to really be able to tell. Because from down here, you don't even know that there's water up there. And of course, we're going to have a bunch of rocks around here, so to kind of cover up all these imperfections and weird looking things. So if we go ahead and fill that up to there. Alright, so I'll probably bring this out. And this one, we can fill to there. Now if I get rid of the water, there we go. There we go. Can I push this down a little? I don't really like how bulbous it is around the water here. And again, this is going to be covered with rocks anyway, so... Alright, so now that we have both of our little waterfall river slash pond things, I'm going to go ahead and try and see if I can't get some rocks placed in here just to kind of make it feel more real. and welcome back. I do hope you enjoyed that little time lapse of us putting this together. I don't think it's done yet. Obviously, we have more rock work to do out here. And I want to add, I don't know, just make this look a little more natural. Probably put some more rocks in here. But for now, I think that's good. Going a little first person view here. I mean, I think that looks good, honestly. So maybe we don't have to add more up there. Because, I mean, from down here, you can't see it. But the reason I want to call that section done for now is I would like to get something going back here. I have a couple more blueprints that I've already made that we can actually put to use back here. I think honestly it's just a matter of figuring out how I want this to go. Because usually when it comes to theme park games, all the way back to Roller Coaster Tycoon, I was never good at park layout. Everything was always flat and it just went around in a circle. So I would like to try and see if I can't play with elevation. So I'm going to try and see if I can't figure out how I would like this to go. Oh, we have rails on. I don't want rails. If I want to put rails on my path, I will do that myself. Because honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the rails that we have. At least for the area that we are building right now. I don't think any of the rails that come on the paths kind of fit the vibe that I'm going for. I'm going for kind of like a cottage-ish sort of vibe. Let me see if I can show you some of the things I've already made for it. What the... I don't remember what I named them. Cottage? Yes. So it's kind of like this sort of vibe. Kind of very cottagey, foresty kind of vibe. I also have built this one. Kind of like a corner shop. It's got two little shells in it to put a shop in. And then I have this one, which supposed to just be like a main street. But you can remove the 3 doors on the bottom floor and put shops in it if you would like to. And those are all 3 that I made for this park so far. I mean, obviously the castle itself too. I also made this bench, which, I mean, it's a little high. You have to bring it down. But I made this little bench for the buildings because I have, as you can see, I've got benches up here on the top. That's like a little seating area. Obviously, you can't actually reach that. Like, guests won't go up there. They're just there for decoration. So let me see if I can't get a layout going. I would love for it to be able to branch out both ways. So I think maybe what if we drag this back a little? I don't know where I want my cottage section to be. Maybe like this side. And maybe this can lead off to another section. I don't know how big this section's going to be though. And I tell you, laying out like the actual park is the hardest part for me. I want a little bit of elevation. As I said, I am trying to play with elevation. It might be too high. I don't want it to go up too much. Just a little bit. And I would like to be able to bring this back around and connect up to this. But I don't want there to be too much of nothing, if that makes sense. So actually maybe I'll bring all of this back and just kind of start it sooner. Like maybe I start to go up here. Like that. Maybe even turn this little section into like a pond. Add some water in here. Okay, so I think I have a little bit of a setup started here. I put my main street building here, because I kind of liked it. You know, you walk in, it's a little off angle. It just looks better that way than having it straight. And I do think I am going to replace these with food places. And then we have this little incline here going up to, couldn't tell you yet. I might get rid of some of these trees and push this back more so we have a little more room up here. And I think, I mean, we could potentially put our first ride over here somewhere. Maybe just a little flat ride over here. And this will just be like a little garden area, I guess. But like I said, we are going to place food places in here. Okay, so I've got these in. I think I want to grab this, duplicate it over. I might have to push it back a little more. Just to try and make sure guests can reach that. And now... just a little path. Actually... get rid of those as well. This is a little on the path, but that's fine. There shouldn't need to be staff buildings. So I'm in sandbox mode, obviously unlimited money. And the staff don't need breaks, they don't quit, none of that. So I don't know why they're asking about staff buildings. I'm not going to make one. I do think I'm going to push this back a little more. Let's see if there's not a flat ride we can't fit in here. Maybe this one? I mean, it's not like too much. Like, change the colors though. Although I might wait on the colors because I don't know what colors we're going to be using around in this area yet. So we have our first ride in here. It's going to need to be decorated, of course. I'm not too sure what all I'm going to do to it, because mostly I want this place to be very forest heavy. Like, I want everything to kind of feel like you're just walking through a forest. Oh my god, look at that tree. It's huge. Oh my god. Might be too much. I love the shade that it gives off. Actually, just move it a little bit. I mean, I love the way the light comes through this tree. Alright, so I just kind of sparsely moved around some of these flowers in here. I didn't want it to seem like it was man-made, I suppose. I kind of wanted them to kind of feel like wildflowers, like they were just growing wherever they wanted to. And I think that is something we are going to continue throughout this whole entire section of the like cottage wildlife fairy tale-ish sort of part of the park. And I do, like, I know this tree is kind of big and overpowering, and maybe I will get rid of it at some point. But right now, I really love just how the light comes through the trees and it seems so majestic, I guess. Like, it's a big tree. I don't know how it looks from over here, though. Actually, I kind of like that. It's kind of like the big magic tree, I guess. Something like that. And in keeping with the foresty vibe we have going on here, I went ahead and placed some more trees around this area. Let me actually go into the first person. Bro, that tree looks so good though. So let's see, as you're walking in here. Oh man. I mean, it feels cozy to me. Cozy cottage. I would love to hang out here. And maybe we can even put a couple of like picnic tables over by the garden here. Might have to move that flower back a little bit, but you can eat your food, drink your drinks underneath this giant tree. That's so good. I love that. I need to make some lampposts for this area. Oh yeah, so when I built this here, I built this part of it, like this section here is supposed to be like a pub, sort of like a diner. You can go in, get some drinks, some food, you know, so it kind of, it's like a pub. So I have this sign here, so for anyone who downloads this off the workshop, they can name their pub. However, lighting? I don't know why the lighting's doing that, but I currently don't know what I would name it. If any of you have a name suggestion for the pub here in this cozy cottage fairy tale-esque sort of area, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And also, if you have any name suggestions for our ride over here, feel free to leave them as well. I'm back in first person camera here. So far, we have our actually really nice looking waterfall. I'm quite pleased with that. Like, that looks good. And the reeds that we have in the water here, just kind of really bringing it to life. I might actually even add some kind of lights to this so that it lights up at night. Oh, by the way, this castle obviously has a lot of lights on it, so it does light up at night. Don't you worry. We go ahead and make it dark. You can see it's got a very blue hue to it, but I think it looks good. And then that little bit of orange on the inside from the fires. Yeah, I might want to add a couple of lights to this as well, just so it lights up at night. Now, I do also have lights on this. I have the spotlights underground, which is why the ground is lit up here. Honestly, I might even be able to move them a little closer. Just so not so much of this pathway is shining. So if you do end up snagging this off of the workshop, feel free to do the same. Because I built these in a blueprint world that I have. So I don't have like I don't have pathways and things. So I didn't really know how it looked on the pathways, I guess. There we go, that's a bit better. So now it just kind of looks like the light shining here is just from the building itself. And it's also lit up in the back, don't worry. You've got all the lights back here kind of shining a little bit of light on it. It's also decorated to an extent. So if you do want to have your guests come through around the back in some way, it's not completely barren. But of course, with all of these, you are more than welcome to decorate it however you see fit. definitely gonna need some like custom street lights or pathway lights for this place. I don't know what I want to do. I think so. I know we have this resort flower lamp. I might want to make something out of this. I wish I could make the light from this thing a little more intense. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really light up much at all, does it? What if you make it bigger? Even still, it doesn't. So it might actually be a case of making the lamps out of these and kind of hiding the like spotlights inside them. Oh, you can't scale the spotlight though. So a little rough actually. So I don't know if that's actually going to work unless I create some kind of lamp post that allows me to kind of hide this. Let me turn the let me make a day again. There we go. Make some kind of lamp post that allows me to hide this section of the spotlight so that it will give off plenty of light when it is nighttime. Obviously we'll change the color of the light as well. And it allows us to keep like this kind of fairy tale, magical forest sort of feel to it. So that would be something I would have to figure out. I mean, to be fair, it's not like you would see the back of it that much anyway. I still think trying to hide as much as we can would be the best course of action for this. So that's something I can work on. As for the decorations on this ride, like I said, I want it to be very foresty. So honestly, around the path might just be like trees. I might not go too heavy on like the decoration as far as like constructing its own buildings and things like that, because I really do want you to feel like everywhere you go you're in some kind of forest area. Now I will still be making like custom buildings such as this. Like obviously I do have those other ones to place down, you know, such as this one. But I would like to make, I don't know, little like huts and things just off in the woods by themselves, and I don't know, just kind of cute stuff like that. I mean, if you have any ideas, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. I don't know if you noticed, but our park name is Whimsy Woods. So if you need anything to kind of spark a little creativity, Whimsy Woods, I don't know why. Just seemed appropriate at the time. That looks so cool. You just see the ride moving through the trees as you come in. That's really cool. I like that. And of course, I'm going to decorate this pond with more rocks, because that's just how you make them look good, you know? It's a lot of tedious work to make a water area look good, but when you get it done, boy does it look good. I think that might be where we call it for this episode though, as I wanted this one to be kind of just an introduction to our park. And I do hope you have enjoyed this more relaxed and chilled kind of video from me. There will be more to come so long as the desire to play this game is alive. And also, if you would like me to do like time lapses of me building buildings, feel free to let me know. The only reason I didn't do time lapses is because I never know what I'm doing. And that's no joke. I fumble around a lot. I place things down and delete things constantly over and over again. But if you would like to see time lapses of me building things, then I can try and make that happen for you. Yeah, I mean, just let me know. Just let me know kind of what you would like Well, thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed, you can leave a like to let me know. And as always, the playlist and Discord will be linked in the description below. And I will see you next time.